for which Sabika was created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reverend Dr. Jackson Ole Sapit, let me ask you this. Who's going to abide by these guidelines? Who does it apply to?
It applies to all Christian denominations and churches, but also to Christian parachurch organizations and people who basically call themselves members of various churches. And the reason for the guidelines, as already stated, and I can say, yes, Shakahola became a trigger for us to be able to say, you know, what we have been working on for 5 years, we can't wait any longer because things are happening. And we had never imagined the Christian church can go to the extent of the extremism we have seen in Shakahola. So the urge now is we must curb the kind of extremism that is creeping into the churches. So it applies to churches, denominations, but also to umbrella bodies. Like he is a general secretary of an umbrella body, Evangelical Alliance of Kenya. We have NCCK, and we have the Pentecostals, and we are saying every Christian body and denomination, these are set of guidelines. We have chosen the words guideline so that it doesn't mean that we are forcing anybody, but we are setting the parameters, that this is how, as Christians, we need to conduct ourselves, as leaders, because, you know, conduct is behavior. So the code of conduct is alluding to the behavior of the leadership of the churches. How do we carry ourselves? How do we do the business of church? Is it personalized, or is it for the corporate body, which we call the church? And therefore, it challenges the behavior of the leaders. But it also look at the church itself, how they are managed. So you know, the other aspect of governance of churches call to mind the whole aspect of management. What structures of decision-making processes? Is it an individual unilateral decision-making process that the pastor can decide what he wants to do, or there are structures? And this guideline point to us that we must develop structures as bodies so that the entire institution is not rested upon one individual. There are a set of people who hold each other accountable, and there must be a structure that governs that church, whether it's local church or a larger church institution, but it must have structures, it must have systems, it must be managed properly, both the human and the resources around that church institution.
Okay,
so the whole document is about how do we manage, but how does the leader behave?
Speaking of